Welcome to Conscious Creation with actress, author, and healer, Dee Wallace. If you want to take charge of your life, really take charge of your life, the next hour will be a fun, enlightening experience in creating the life you want. Whether it's money, health, success, or relationships, join Dee in celebrating the power of you and see your life expand into joyful creation. To join Dee live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Time, call 206-402-0100 and enter PIN number 161329#. And don't forget, Dee can also be heard on BBS Radio, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and live at Oneness Talk Radio. You can also hear Dee on Transformation Talk Radio and on her YouTube channel, Dee Wallace Official. And now, here's Dee.
That always cracks me up how Stephen says that. Here's Johnny. Good morning, everybody that I love out there. I hope you're having a great, morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are, because, we have a community that goes all around the world, and I love it. Okay, we have a mess of callers already. If you want to speak with the channel, press *2 to raise your hand. If you've already done that, don't do it again because I'll lose you. All righty. Our webinar on the importance of the masculine and feminine energy is in 1.5 weeks. The more information they give me about it, the more I realize how important this subject is. Basically, masculine and feminine energy must be in balance for the highest, purest state of love to exist, to be used, to be present, which equals absolutely being and knowing that you are the God/creator of you and your life. That's how important it is. So I've put out a clear intention and instructions that we get definitive answers how to bring the masculine and feminine into harmony and balance so that we can create the highest state of love to create with. Love, as we know, creates everything. Remember, the channel says, whatever you want, love it more. Right? Okay. Which, when the masculine and, I'm trying to read my notes here, when the masculine and feminine are in balance and the highest state of love is present, we always know what we want and create it. That's how important this subject is. So I hope you will join me. I think, I don't have it in front of me, of course. I think it's April 23rd, which is 1 week from Wednesday night. Okay, we have a mess of callers today. Please have your questions ready. Okay? Can I go to the callers? Yes, I can. I thought maybe there was something else I was supposed to. All right, Susan, you've been waiting a long time. Bring me up to speed. What's going on?
Well, I'm going to get a call tomorrow on Monday from one of the places that can help with the. I still have the water issue in the basement. So, and then I've got another place that I'm going to be calling. And nothing's open on the weekend, so New York is bad about that.
So when I say you have directed what you want from these people and from the water situation, it goes right to no.
Oh, dear. Okay, well, we got to change that.
Yeah, guys, I go through this every week with your emails and stuff. And when I test it, probably 75% of the time, I get that you have not directed what you want. So right now, Susan, what do you want from these people you're going to call and the water situation? What do you want?
I want them to come and take the water out safely, and so that I have a dry basement now. Because It's already sealed up. It's not going to happen. So, it's not going to.
You see how easy that was?
Yeah.
But we get so focused on the problem and the challenge and the frustration and, yes, the anger.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to politics these days. So much anger. People can't even talk about it with each other. It's ridiculous. Which is a perfect example, they're saying, of the imbalance of masculine feminine energy. Okay. So, now go to your love place, Susan.
Okay. I'm there.
Okay. Now, direct what you want from your love place. Feel all the love in it. The water's gone. Everything's fixed.
The water's gone. It's dry. It's clean.
Yeah.
It
feels like love.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I can feel. I'm getting chills.
Okay. So let me know then. Now you see you've created dough that's ready to be baked into a perfect loaf of bread. But you have to do that step first. Okay?
I understand. Thank you.
All right. Let me know, will you?
I absolutely will, my dear.
I already know, but let me...
Yeah.
Call me and confirm it. All right. Goodbye, Eddie.
All right. I love you. Bye-bye.
I love you, too. And that was a great way to start the show. Adele, you're on.
Hi. Well, I just wanted to express that I have a website. My launch date for that is May 21st.
Good for you.
And I'm doing a couple of courses, and I also have a book. I was getting all these downloads to do, and so I have like a book, like probably I would say a half to a quarter done, and then I have some movement things that I'm going to be doing also. So I'm very excited, and
doesn't it make you feel alive?
Oh yeah, because basically I love creating and I love being out there, and but I understand why basically I needed to work on different. I hate the word work. That I needed to just be with a lot of things, in healing, and I just can't even. I mean, just the healing that is going on. Like where I had rheumatoid before, I don't believe I have it anymore because when it was leaving, I could feel it leaving.
Yeah,
and all the nodules. Yeah, and all the nodules on my fingers are pretty much gone. Nobody would ever know that I had. Yeah.
Well, I'd say that's all a big frickin' movement forward, woman.
Oh yeah, and I knew that it was happening. I knew that it was happening. It was very
okay. And why do you think it happened?
I think it happened because I just knew it was. I just felt like I was really listening to God.
When I say you directed all these positive things, I get a big yes. Do you know how you... Okay.
Yeah, okay. I really, I just knew in my heart because I just knew how valuable all these things were. I mean, I had two businesses that I loved, and people would say, oh, you should be retired now. And I just felt no, because it gives me so much life, and now to make difference in so many people's lives, I'm just so excited. So I've always wanted to be, I love being God's vivacious, fun-filled conduit. So anyway, I just wanted to share that because
I'm just dancing in my chair, baby. Dancing in my chair. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that with everybody. We like testimonials, don't we? Yeah. Eileen in Brooklyn, you're on.
I wish I could give you a testimonial right now.
Well,
that's beautiful.
You're here. That's
I am
enough
here.
of a testimonial. What's your question, baby?
Well, I'm glad you talked about the balance of masculine and feminine because I had an experience yesterday. I finally got to meet this Reiki master that I've been working with, and he does this voluntary thing on the second Saturday, and there's Reiki, there's acupuncture.
Okay, what's your question, Eileen?
Okay, so this guy that I don't know, his name is Michael K. He is an acupuncturist, and he didn't ask permission, and I let him work on me while I was waiting. And he said, "Oh, you don't have carpal tunnel," and he's yanking my arm. And
what's your question, Eileen?
Okay, the question is, was he right to do what he did? And
well, you let him do it.
I know.
Well,
now I
then
know.
Don't go to him. Go to yourself, baby.
I know, and I did all night because the carpal tunnel was off the charts. And the question I have to the channel is what I'm experiencing carpal tunnel?
When I say that's the highest question, it goes to no. And then the next thing that comes in is, this is really interesting, not a doctor, guys, that it's what we in our limited knowing call carpal tunnel. When I say that's the highest definition of what it is, it goes to no. So let me ask, energetically, what is behind the pain? Is it in your wrist?
Yeah, but I know it's coming from my shoulder and my neck. That's the origin.
I'm just going to ask, what is the energetic cause? Okay, this page, here. Some energy has to die before I am the creation of new energy. And the image that they're giving me is your hand with a hammer, trying to hammer something down or break it apart. So what is it in your life that you want to get rid of?
I think it's all around fear.
Okay.
And
so what you fear you attract. So
yes.
What are you in fear of?
That I'll never play the piano again.
Okay. And when I say it's a true statement that there's a part of you that doesn't want to play the piano, I get a yes. And that's what it's about. And the part of you that doesn't want to play the piano is the part of you that fears she's not good enough and people won't listen.
Okay.
So then when we have things like that, we create diseases like carpal tunnel to give us an excuse not to play or do what we want to do so that we keep ourselves safe. Highest, most correct, most complete. All right. work on that. And then they're saying heat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, research or ask your doctor if putting like hot compresses on your hand and your wrist and your shoulder and where, if that would help.
I've been doing that anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like having lightning in my hand. It's
I know.
Really,
I know.
Ooh.
I know. And you got the energetic cause of it, so now remedy that. You want to play the piano. You're choosing to play the piano because you love to play.
Yes.
That's all you have to focus on.
Okay.
All right, baby.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was interesting. Yeah, made a lot of sense to me. Carmen, where have you been? Carmen in Puerto Rico.
Hi, Dee.
Hello, beautiful person. What's up?
I have two questions for the channel. And my first question is, what is my best way to identify my higher self when he's communicating with me?
Your higher self will never communicate with you through fear or anger, only love. So if it feels like love, and in your heart goes, oh yeah, that's your answer.
Okay.
And your second question?
My second question, I want to know, is Vincent van Gogh has a message for me?
If what? If who has a message for you?
Vincent van Gogh.
Well, that's not really the right question they're saying, because when we pass over, all energy mixes together.
Okay.
Okay? So when we get messages from the other side, they're kind of, well, community messages, the channel is saying. And there is one specific message. Hold on, sheets, book, song. Give me a movie, Carmen, any movie that pops in.
Well, I'm seeing Marilyn Monroe in my mind.
Okay, this is the message. You're beautiful just the way you are, Carmen. You're beautiful, you're capable, and you know. And the more you accept that, the more your life energy can reflect that. Do you understand?
Okay.
Got it? Okay.
Yes.
That's a beautiful message, baby. Accept it with grace and lots of love. And it's great to hear your voice. Thanks for calling in. Okay, we're going to Ilka in Florida. Hi, baby.
Hi, Divine Sexiness.
Yes, I am.
I have a question about us not sleeping well, especially me. I think my husband is snoring and is waking me up, but is there anything else? And does he or me have sleep apnea or what?
There isn't anything else, no. That is what is interrupting your sleep. Is that the highest question? I get he does have sleep apnea, yes.
Oh, really? Wow.
Well, that's an easy thing to, take care of. Also, they're saying if there's a way you could just lift his head a little bit, it would help.
Oh, with the pillow to lift up, kind of?
Yeah. Okay.
So if he takes care of that, I can sleep more peacefully.
Well, anytime, because when we sleep, guys, we go way under, and then we come back up almost to the surface, and we go way under, and we come up. So when we're in lighter sleep, if somebody's sawing logs next to us and snoring and stuff, sure. I mean, when Gabrielle was growing up and she'd go out on a date, I would say, make sure you come in and wake me up. The minute she would walk into the bedroom, I would hear her.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're, in that case, primed to listen. You're priming yourself not to listen, Ilka, so don't put your attention on that. Put your attention on deep sleep.
Oh, so because I've been anticipating and it will happen every
Yeah, you bet. You bet you have.
Hmm.
Kind of like when we anticipate not having enough money. That's putting our focus on what we don't want. Okay?
Thank you. Can I ask a quick question about everybody?
Yes. If it's positive.
Yeah. When Nadia was speaking when you were not there, prognosis for March or April, I think it was for March or April, but she mentioned something about possible lockdowns from April to September. If we in the community are doing everything we can to be positive energy, and directing our energies, can this be avoided? And what was she meant? Because I didn't totally get what she meant.
Okay, so I wasn't there. I don't know what she said. I would have to check in with her. And I can tell you unequivocally, if you create you consciously and keep focused on the positives of what you want, you're not affected.
Okay. All right. I wanted to hear that.
Okay. And when more energy focuses on the positive than the negative, then energy shifts for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. It's that, it goes back to that study that they did about monkeys on the islands.
Yeah.
And as soon as the majority of the monkeys washed off the fruit in the ocean, the monkeys on all islands started doing it.
Yeah.
That's how energy travels between people and things.
So the more positive energy, the better for our country.
Well, sure. The more energy that is for love and integrity and truthfulness, once we're the majority, then the lack of integrity, the lack of love, hate has to fall away. That's what our voting system depends on.
Yeah.
The majority of the votes wins. It's just an expression of saying when the majority of energy is focused somewhere, that's the life we create. So you have to do your part in order for any change to happen. Okay?
Yep, I'm doing that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I know you are, honey. Thank you. Bye. Okay, we're going to Johanna in Florida. You're on.
It's the Florida moment. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's talked about something that is on my mind, so I appreciate that. Thank you to everyone.
Shocker.
And I wanted to just say that knowing what I want, although it took me 2 hours with AT&T on the phone, just focusing on what I want and repeatedly saying what I want, which from the beginning I was told I could not get, I got it.
Woohoo!
It took me a long time. And I
did. So now I want you to start directing. All my creation is easy and in flow and quick.
Okay.
Easy and flow and quick. But congratulations that you knew what you wanted and you got it. That's awesome.
That was the whole point, is that I went into it saying, okay, I've got to get really clear about what I want.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyway,
because you can't communicate it to other energy if you don't know.
Well, and then you have to listen to all their stories about why you can't have what you want,
even
though you don't know what you want. I mean, it was just, so yes, I needed to be quick. So
it was an exercise in creating exactly what you've been studying, sweetheart. So
yes.
Good on you. Good on you that you created it.
Validation that I actually knew what I wanted.
Yeah.
So
that's
a
big, huge step for you.
Of that.
Big, huge
so I wanted
step
to
for
share
you.
that.
Yeah, thank you.
So here are the things that I did get my results for my CT scan and the brain MRI. The CT scan, I haven't spoken with the doctor about either of the results. I'll do that this week. But the CT scan, in my opinion, didn't indicate, it said unremarkable a few times, and I think my kidneys are fine. And the MRI brain thing mentioned something that's a little kind of, I'll just say, shady. But it's my intention that both of these things can be easily improved and remedied and prevented from getting any worse.
Okay. Improved, remedied, prevented is not saying what you want.
I want a healthy kidney and a healthy brain.
Okay. I am a healthy kidney and a healthy brain. I love you guys. Can you feel how much I love you, body? I never go to sleep, guys, at night without telling my body how much I love it. And last night, let me tell you, was challenging. We did a estate sale here that it took me a week to get ready for. And I'm telling you, Lanny and I hit that bed last night at 7 o'clock. And we just didn't even want to move. That's how much we lifted, and it was a challenge, and we met it. And was it worth the $500 we made? Not even close. So anyway, just
a lesson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, guys, this is the key I want you to look for. If there is any negative in your direction, like fix
remedy
or heal, you're not directing what you want. It's all got to be simple and positive. Okay?
Okay. And then the question that I had is, energetically, what's the core belief that's causing this real anxiety that I'm having? I did the thing with AT&T, but I was anxious.
Well, the anxiety always comes from, I'm not the God of me, and I'm not going to create what I want.
And
if you knew that, you wouldn't be anxious, would you?
Well, of course I wouldn't be, thank you.
And
the anger is just to balance out my masculine and feminine.
Underneath the anger is always fear or grief.
Well, I have been grieving lately.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So how do you bring yourself back into balance? That's always the question you ask. My intention is to be in balance and love. What do I do to get back there? And the first thing we know is you choose to be back there. You choose to be flow and love and ease and creation. Okay?
I'm choosing it.
Yeah, I know you are, baby. Just stay conscious of that. Okay, we're moving on. All righty. Gina, California. Hi, baby cakes.
Hi. I
What's
would
up?
have come to your estate sale. I would have loved to have come to your estate sale. So, and congratulations on making $500. Why not? And you got rid of a lot of stuff.
500 we didn't have before, right? And boy,
yeah, exactly.
did I get rid of stuff in my house that's been sitting here for 50 years. You know, you look at it, you pass by it, you kind of glance at it, but you don't really care that much about half of it, right?
Exactly.
So, anyway, what's your question?
Exciting. Okay, so I've gotten a lot of answers thanks to all the previous callers.
Thank you.
I'm clear that I had a wisdom tooth extraction 2 weeks ago. I was on antibiotics. I'm off the antibiotics, and I have this lingering cough. And so what I got from the call already is I am creating healthy lungs. Like, I love my lungs. Like, that has been missing for sure. I have not been focused there. I've been focused on that I don't want this cough.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, you guys.
So, I know. It's crazy. It's like, that's why I love these calls. I consider them tune-ups. Like, I tell everybody to be on the call at 9 o'clock. Like, just be on the call.
That's a good way to look at it, a tune-up, yeah.
A tune-up. So, okay, so the question I have is, what is not in alignment around my health and my sleeping? Because
it's not about your health.
What's it about?
It's not about your sleeping. Well, hold on.
It's not about my health or my sleeping.
We're going up here, 33, 34. This is on the genetic list, but it's not genetic. Being taken care of.
Oh.
That's what's at the bottom of creating everything. When I say you believe you're taking care of yourself, it goes to no. God's taking care of you, no. Your body's taking care of you, no.
Wow.
Yeah. And this has a lot to do with your sinus stuff, too.
Oh, my.
Okay, hold on. It started 0 through 5, 0, 1. Around 3 with your dad. So either he wasn't taken care of, or he didn't take care of you, or he taught you. Oh, how did he teach you that being taken care of had to come from outside of you? In other words, you're not the God of you that takes care of you. Well, this is huge for everybody, guys. So I hope everybody's listening. I am the powerful God of me who takes care of myself. And what that means is when you choose to take care of yourself, you magnetize to you all people who are coming forward to take care of you.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, indeed.
So I am the powerful God of me that takes care of myself.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's so interesting now to hear that, because it felt like hollow. I can't describe how I felt the last couple of weeks, but there's been like a hollowness. And I have been giving myself lots of downtime, but I can't.
But you haven't been giving
you
haven't been giving yourself love, Gina. When I test it, it goes right to no.
That makes sense. That's where the hollowness comes in.
Absolutely.
That's why.
Because when you're filled up with love, and they want you to know it's an overbalance of masculine energy.
I wondered about that.
So bring in more of the feminine. Okay?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Can I talk about one more thing? Can I thank you? That was really helpful. Okay, so Bernie and AOC were in LA this weekend. You may or may not have seen about it.
Yeah,
and
sure.
And so I think I mentioned on a call a few times ago that I am reaching out to those camps to bring in what are they marching for, and I haven't been successful yet.
No,
so
that's not true.
There?
That's not true. You have been successful.
Oh.
It has been received, and they just don't see any reason to let you know. So can you know without hearing from them?
No, yeah, of course, but okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah, because he did say something about we're going to love and dance our way into this. So I feel like that was his nod to the positive, because he said that from the front of the, when he was on his thing, that's why he had musicians there. He said, because we're going to love and dance our way into, we're going to have joy and dance our way into this. So
and
he did say that.
Jean-Marie went and marched and took a sign, and one of the things on it was, oh my God, we are the United States of America who loves itself. And one of the people that worked on the campaign came over and started asking her about the sign. And she shared our work in coming from the positive. And what is it that we want to create instead of what do we want to get rid of? And they spent a lot of time with her talking about our principles. How exciting. She got it. Something in that sign resonated with the truth within that person. You see, and when people say it, we get it.
Yeah, there's a lot of us I know that are creating this. So I'm because we've been sharing some of it. So so this is really good. But I felt like in that was his nod to the positive when he did that little we're going to dance,
absolutely,
whatever. Because it felt like a little departure, like he just had to say that. It was really interesting. I don't know.
Well, that's a perfect example
of
sending out energy and having it reflected back to you. It's a perfect example. Acknowledge it, okay?
Okay, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Gina. Thanks for calling in. Cindy in Pennsylvania, you're on.
Hi. Thanks for taking my call.
You bet. What can I help you with?
My job was eliminated some 9 months ago, and I still haven't found a job in my field.
Okay, Cindy, when I say you want to work, you want another job, you want to do what you've been doing, all of them go to no.
Well, that's partially true. I'm 74, and I would love to be retired, but I don't have the money to be retired, so I do have to work.
Okay, hold on. Okay. I would like you to energetically change those words to, I am choosing to work.
Oh, okay.
Can you feel the difference into that?
Yeah.
I have to work. I don't have a choice. I have to work. Well, you see, I have a choice, and I love everything that I do, so I don't define it as work.
Okay.
I get to go shoot 3 movies. I get to be here with you. I get to do this amazing webinar. How blessed am I?
Yeah.
Okay. So work on shifting that perspective. And the channel is saying, you have the capabilities and the talents to do a lot of different things. You don't have to go back to the same job, the same kind of job.
Yeah, that's one thing I was wondering if they could help me with. How do I don't know what else to look for, I guess, is how
What do you want? What do you want? You want to be clear. Okay. So you get up every day. I am directing me to be clear and to know.
Okay.
And then you go to your heart Cindy. Your mind will go, yeah, but. Right?
Yes.
But your heart, ask your heart, what am I passionate about? What would I love to do where I can make great money too? Okay? That takes you from, oh my God, I haven't, worked in 9 months and I don't know what to do and where do I go? You see, it just takes you down a rabbit hole and you're never asking for the answer you really want.
Okay. I always thought I could lean back on all my healing work that I do, but I wouldn't even know how to start a business to do that at my age, nor have the money to do a website and all that. So that was my dream, but that's just not feasible now either.
So Cindy, what I just heard is a person that said, I can't, it's not possible, and you never ask how.
Okay.
So that keeps you going in a circle.
Okay.
That will never give you what you really want, baby.
Okay.
Okay?
I appreciate your help.
Okay.
Now
you heard it. Now you've got to live it. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for calling in. Brian in New Jersey, you're on.
Good morning, gorgeous.
Hello, sweet thing. How are you?
Hello. Good. In my direction of my day, of course, every now and then I come up with some things that really help solidify things and come up with a couple things that I wanted to share and would love to get the channel's perspective on it.
Okay.
First is a metaphor. So I came up with the idea of comparing the direction of the day to being a potter at a wheel. I am the potter. My life is the clay. It may not look like much when I want to do it, but I know it's got the potential of becoming a beautiful work of art. My feminine energy...
Okay, that's where you're dropping out.
Okay.
I want you to read starting for it may not. Read that sentence.
Okay. It may not.
Okay, read it to me. You just said it. Are you reading it or are you just saying it?
I'm saying it.
Okay, so tell me what that sentence is that you said.
Well, I mean, the way I look at it, you start with a lump of clay. It doesn't look like what you want to create at the moment. What?
No. You don't go to any negative ever.
Okay.
I am the potter. I have this amazing piece of clay. I can make this clay and mold this clay into any magnificent piece of work that I choose. And I am absolutely directing this clay and my hands to create a beautiful jar, a beautiful vase, whatever it is. That is a positive example of how to direct energy.
Aha. I knew there was something missing.
Well, it's not missing. It's just a change of focus, baby.
Okay.
And did you have another question?
Well, I just wanted to elaborate on that. Whereas the feminine energy is the direction of having the wheel spin. Calling all energy of the universe is that force of the wheel spinning. The masculine energy are the hands molding that clay into that beautiful artwork.
Actually, that's an example of a perfect balance of masculine and feminine energy. The hands that shape the wheel.
Yeah.
Kind of the art.
Yeah.
Right?
Cool.
No, they're correcting me. Both hands within each of themselves is a balance of masculine and feminine energy.
Cool.
Okay?
Okay.
Wow, that was
yeah,
really interesting, Brian. Thank you for that. Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And so the other thing that I was contemplating, we know that we are one with our Creator, however you want to look at that, having all of the nature of that Creator being, the Creator and the creation are one. And with us being creators, that which we create is one with us.
Sure.
And therefore, since it is one with us, it is there. That's how we know that we already have what we desire to create.
Yeah, and again, guys, you create it within you first.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you want, love it more. Go to your love place first and state clearly, I am creating, blah, 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 and it feels like love.
Mm-hmm.
It's so simple. Don't make it harder. Okay?
Yep.
All right. I love you, sweetheart. Thanks for calling in. Okay. I heard you, Brian. I heard you. Thank you. I love you, too. All right, guys. Boy, I went as fast as I could, but I didn't get through all the callers. My apologies. People call in at 1:15 and wait in the queue, guys. So the earlier you call in, the more on top of the queue you get. All right, let's all go to our love place. Yeah, and let's say it together. I love me. I love me. Woo! And I love me even more, because I know that's what it's all about.
Thank you for joining Dee on Conscious Creation. Visit her website at imdwallace.com for awesome downloads, archived shows, enlightening webinars, and amazing free offerings. And remember, you can hear Dee every week on BBS Radio, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and live at Oneness Talk Radio. You can also hear Dee on Transformation Talk Radio and on her YouTube channel, Dee Wallace Official. Be sure to join us next week for Conscious Creation with Dee Wallace. And remember, loving yourself is the key to creation.